Well, after a truly wonderful story and a story of triumph and a story of a wonderful journey, there's an extra part of the book in the epilogue, and it's nothing short of heartbreaking. Throughout the book, there's been kind of an allusion to, with your children, 2 out of 3
ain't bad.
Mm-hmm. And we kind of find out why in the epilogue, and what it is a very difficult piece of writing that I'm sure took you a long time to get through and to even choose to commit to paper. But it's a really interesting and a very vulnerable story for you. So for those of you who've read it, you know what we're talking about, but there's some considerable weight given to Devin in these last pages and your relationship with him, mm-hmm. and why it goes a certain way that it does.
Yeah. In 1991, he was born, right? I was 22 years old. I didn't have a father figure that was responsible in my life, and I had 2 dads. So my 2 dads, not present in my life. Again, I've never had a walk with them, a talk with them. We never went to the movies. We never played catch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when my son was born, I was going to be the best dad in the world, right? Even though I didn't know how to be. I learned how to be. I just gave it, everything I had. And so I dedicated my life to my son, my firstborn. And later in life, it just seemed like, no matter what I did, he just wasn't getting it. And in the epilogue that I had to revise 5 or 6 times because it just wasn't right. I wanted to tell the truth from my perspective. Even though he was there, I didn't know if he shared the same perspective and viewed the situation the same way over the multiple occurrences. You know what I'm saying? So it was very difficult for me to write it. I gave everything I had. I tried to do it the right way. And what's crazy is I was proud of the father that I had become. I thought I did a damn good job for somebody who didn't have a father. I thought I did a damn good job. And so in the epilogue, I got to a point where, we would go back and forth with arguments left and right. And he would say, "Oh, you're not a good dad." And I'd be like, "Man, your eyes are a little glazy. Are you on something?" Because I could tell you're on something. And you only do this and say this when you're on something. You're telling me I'm not a good dad. I'm like, I know I'm a good dad. There's no question, And then I just, I got to a point where I had to have this amazing self-realization, right? I was in therapy and, I understood that I was enough, right? As I am. But what's crazy is I was in my 50s one day and I looked in the mirror and I noticed something. The man looking back at me had become the very father figure that he was searching for his whole life. So I knew at that point I was enough, just the way I am, and that I had done a good job with all 3 of my kids. Nobody's perfect. And there's a lot of things that I wish I could go back and change. But all said and done, I feel that I'm a really good father, right? And so towards the end of the epilogue, I tried to touch Devin, right? I tried to write to Devin and say, "Hey, man, I want to be there for you so I could teach you how to be a good father for your son, because now I'm a grandfather." And we're still bumping heads. And there's a lot in the epilogue that explains it. So I do urge people to read the book. But the fact of the matter is, we had a breakthrough.
So the epilogue ends, and then there's the acknowledgments. And the very last thing in the acknowledgments is reaching out to Devin, who, as of the writing of this book,
Can you find it? Can you?
Yeah,
Find it?
absolutely. You guys were not in a good place. You were not speaking.
No, we weren't speaking because Teresa and I wanted to pay for our grandson's education, starting in daycare all the way through college, right? We wanted that responsibility, and they said, yes, you can have it. And then we helped enroll him into a top school in Philadelphia, daycare, and they didn't take him, even though it was just 3 miles down the road, straight shot. And,
Without telling you.
Yeah. And that kind of broke me, right? I'm like, enough of this shit. Like, I this is stressing me out. I can't fix this, right? I can only respond and have control over my own actions, right? And I have no control over this, and that's broken. I was just like, I'm going to have to take a step back because I didn't feel that my son was doing the right thing, right? And I always told him, do the right thing the right way till you get the right results. And so I just think that it was very painful for me to see all of my sacrifice and then him go the other way. And I mean,
it's kind of when you're lucky enough to have a father.
Yeah.
There's gifts of a father, and that comes in wisdom, and that comes in protection. It comes in all sorts of things. You didn't have that.
Yeah.
You were providing that,
mm-hmm.
and it was essentially being rejected due to some things you'll read about.
Underappreciated is a better word to use, right? And that doesn't make anyone feel good when they're not appreciated. They're putting forth the effort, and they're not appreciated, and that's how I felt.
The last bit of writing you do in the book, at the end of the acknowledgments, is the following. And lastly, to my son, Devin, I love you and want the best for you and your son. I look forward to reconnecting with you one of these days after you heal and get your life in order. Teresa and I will always be here to offer love, guidance, and support, but we have boundaries that need to be respected. Life can be a beautiful thing, and I don't want you and your son to miss out. Time goes by so quickly, and before we know it, we have grays and wrinkles, and then we are gone. Don't let time get the better of you. Do the right thing the right way until you get the right results. That was the last bit of conversation. But as a gift to those of you listening to this companion piece, there's actually an unrealized chapter after this that we are going to go into right now.
Let's go.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up, Devin?
I'm good. Can't complain. How's everything? You hear me?
I love you, son.
I love you too.
Where's Boop?
He's in the other room playing with his toys.
I just want to say that I appreciate you being here. And I'm incredibly proud of you, man.
Thanks. I appreciate you having me. Thanks.
I'd like to introduce you to Terry.
Hey, how are you, man?
How you doing? I'm good, Terry. Thank you.
I'm so glad that you're here because you've given us an amazing ending. You've given us a happy ending to Resilient. And you are featured in the book, and it's unbelievable that, from what it sounds like, your relationship is well on its way.
Well, let me say that I was surprised because I got a phone call from Devin. Devin, you want to tell us about how we reconnected?
Yeah, I reached out to you because it was a while since we spoke, and I was just like, let bygones be bygones. I might as well just reach out to you and let you know, I just want to salvage the rest of the time we got, on the earth and with each other and with Boop, your grandson, my son, and that's that was my main motivation reaching out to you. I'm glad that you.
Hey, Dev.
Yeah.
What made you want to reach out?
Well, I mean, I've been doing good. I want you to see, I'm doing good. Like, you know me for doing a lot of bad stuff in life. So I wanted you to see how I was doing good. You know what I mean? I wanted you to be part of my life, part of Boop's life.
Is Boop right there?
Yeah, he's watching the show.
Let me see Boop.
You want to see him?
Yeah, let me see that boy.
Come here, Boop.
This is my grandson, Boop. His name is Dakota.
Say hi. Come here. He's being shy right now. 1 second. Say hi, Boop.
There he is. What's up, boy? You gonna say hi to Love Pop? Where you at? Where you at, boy? Where you at? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You say hi to Love Pop?
Say hi. I love Pop. He being shy right now.
Hey, Devin.
You watching this show? Yeah.
You know when you called me up, you said something powerful. You said that you read my book. What was that like for you?
Yeah, but that was well, you know, I know a lot of those stories, but I didn't know the detail, and you know it was good for me because I got a better perspective on everything that you've been through. I know that you've been through a lot, but that, you know, reading it really put into perspective how far you came, and like, you know, the respect I got for you because of everything that you've been through, from, you know, the time that you were young and fighting and getting glass thrown at your face, and that time all the way to, you know, back and fighting your whole life pretty much. It made me, you know, always respected you, but it made me respect you even more.
Well, I appreciate that, and thank you for sharing. Let me see that Boop. Let me see that boy. Yes, there he is. Oh, get you. Hey, I just wanted to, you know, thank you for, you know, reaching out to me and wanting to, you know, participate in family therapy with me to try to heal. What was that like for you initially?
Yeah, and no problem, because it was good. I feel like we needed it, and I feel like it helped. It helped put everything in the past and just move forward, which is what we both wanted to do. So I'm glad that we did it. I'm glad that, you know, I partook in it.
So, Terry, is there anything you want to ask Devin?
Did you know, kind of becoming a father and reconnecting with your father, did those kind of go hand in hand?
Yeah, definitely, because I feel like I was able to see things from his perspective, and, you know, I was only seeing it from the son's perspective. So to be able to see it from a father's perspective, now I understand, you know, why some of the things that he said, well, when he said them, I might not have understood before I had my son, but now I definitely understand now, if not all of it, half of it. So I feel like it definitely helped my perspective, and knowing that I know my dad just wants the best for me. You know what I mean?
So the epilogue goes about, you know, your story, and I got to tell you, you know, staying clean, being good, and, you know, holding it down as a father takes resilience. So I hope that you can say to yourself now that I am resilient.
Yeah, that's 100. That's the truth. Yeah, you speak true facts, you know, and I feel like that too. I feel like, you know, I am resilient. Every day it's going to be a fight just to live my better self, but, you know, I got to do it for him, because if I don't do it, and he's looking at some of the people out here to follow, he doesn't have as much hope as, you know, if I don't have my shit together. So I got to keep it together.
I'm super proud of you, son. And, you know, I just want to say that I would say things, and I didn't always think you were listening. And now I know you were listening, because one of the things I always said to you and, you know, Jordy and Lexi is I would ask you a question. Do you know what question I'm talking about?
Well, what's the Yeah. How do you do the right thing the right way till you get the right results?
There you
That
go,
was the
boy.
answer to the question. I know the answer to the question.
Yes, you do. And you're well on your way. And I can't tell you how thankful I am to reconnect with you. I can't tell you how excited I am to see your future as a father. And you're a good father. And I appreciate the conversations we've had over the last month, filling me in, reconnecting with my grandson. It means the world to me. And when you and your sisters, when y'all were young, I always ask y'all the same question over and over again. And for you to share that question with your own son is the most powerful thing that you could have done. And it warmed my heart so much. It filled me with so much love that I just don't even know what to say. And do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Tell Terry, for all of your life, what question did I ask you? And
yeah, he would always say, "Watch this. Who's baby? Who's baby?" He said it. Boop say it now. He say, "Daddy's baby." Who's baby? You heard him?
Yeah, I heard him.
He said, "Daddy's baby."
So how's that feel knowing that all of your life I would ask you that question and you would say, "Daddy's baby"?
Yeah, it felt good. It felt great because, I know you were there, even though sometimes, a lot of times, it's hard. You might not have had everything that you wanted, but, we had everything we needed, and you stayed strong and showed me how to be strong. Now, I'm showing Boop how to be strong.
Amen. And I'm just telling you, man, it warms my heart to, reconnect with you and the son-father bond that we have, right, is now a son-grandson, son-father bond that we have, right? It's us three. It's us three now. So we're going to wrap up, and I want to just thank you for, chiming in, and I appreciate your kind words about the book. You said, "Hey, Dad, it's a work of art," and I appreciate you, man. And listen,
Anytime.
I'm gonna ask you something real quick.
Yeah.
Terry, you want to say goodbye to my son, please? Go ahead, say goodbye to my man.
See you later,
I'll let
man.
you say.
Hey, Dev.
Yeah.
Whose baby are you?
Daddy's baby.
My man. All right, love you, son.
Love you.
All right, bye.
All right, y'all.
Bye, Boo.
Say peace.
So unbelievable.
Wow.
Now we can really end the book. You got the final chapter.
That's it.
That was beautiful, man. Thanks for letting me be a part of that.
I appreciate you.
Folks, Resilient,
Achieving the American Dream,
written by Lenny Bazemore, is a wonderful story of triumph, and the book here is most of the story, but getting that last chapter with your son
so heartwarming,
is amazing. This entire book, highs, lows. And after the book comes out, you are able, because of the book, you're able to end on a high note.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best, and I just think this book is going to help a lot of people.
Thank you, man.
I'd love to kind of take a minute here for you to kind of address everyone and discuss forgiveness, and discuss therapy, and discuss becoming resilient.
Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, I believe that we are all created by God. We are all enough. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. Doesn't matter, where you were born. I believe that we are all enough as we are. I don't subscribe to any of the BS thinking someone is better than someone else because of this, that, and the third. We are all God's children. Shout out to the LGBTQ community. Shout out to any religious, sector out there. We are all free to worship however we want to worship. We are all free to love who we want to love. And, I believe that we should pull back on the judgment, right? Because none of us are going to live forever, right? None of us are going to live forever. And to live a quality of life is already hard, right? Inside the home. Why should any of us be subjected to bullshit outside of the home? I believe that people should be nicer to others. You know what I'm saying? I think that people should be nicer to themselves. I think that live in a constant state of grace and gratitude. At a minimum, just be nice, and never forget to let your light shine. Right. And my book is available in all formats on Amazon. And I hope you read it if you haven't already. And I'd just like to say thank you to UBN Go for hosting us. And Tony Sweet, you're amazing. And thank you, everybody.